and welcome to NAFDAC and Your Health. Every week on the program, we provide you with insightful information about NAFDAC's activities aimed at protecting the health of Nigerians. I am your host, Tosin Adebayo. We begin this week's program with the Nano, Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Stakeholder Sensitization Program put together by the Lagos State Office of NAFDAC.
The Lagos State Office has put this together to try to bridge the gap between the regulator and the regulated. NAFDAC, as you all know, has a mandate which requires that we assure the quality of products that fall under our remit. And in doing that, we have a regulatory framework that covers that. And in recent years, we have focused on the NMSME space, the nano, the micro, the small, and the medium, understanding that in order to diversify the economy, to facilitate trade, to encourage enterprise, we must be able to bring this group within the spectrum of regulation.
It was necessary that the interface takes place for the regulatory agency to communicate its mandate and the vision of the leadership of the agency to a sector that is the lifeblood of the Nigerian economy.
When I see you, I see myself, because I was raised up trading with my mother, with my grandmother, selling things. And I know how hard it is to put money together and trade. I know how hard it is, or the anxious moments that the average trader has, wondering whether he or she is going to have profit. The NMSMEs drives this country. The NSMEs drive the economy of this country. We had a recession a few years ago, and we came out of it quickly with a dying mega industry. With a dying mega industry. How did we come out of it quickly? Because of the NSMEs.
As an agency that is small business friendly, NAFDAC has put in place policies that promotes ease of doing business.
However, because of our mandates, food, packaged water, cosmetics, 3 of our mandates are under the NSMEs. Even some chemicals, some herbals. Therefore, we do not take NSMEs matter lightly. During the pandemic, if you remember, we had a palliative program where we decreased significantly the registration because things were hard for all of us at that point. Our council pays a lot of attention to NSMEs, NAFDAC Council. And when we were deciding on the tariff, we knowingly kept NSMEs tariff small or lower.
The DG also shares a vision to see the NMSMEs export their goods and services globally through the agency's standard operating procedure.
I was at another meeting 2 days ago, and they were talking of our mandate, importation. I said, stop it. Put exportation there, exportation. God did not create us to be consumers alone. God gave us all the endowments that we have, maybe more endowments, maybe a lot of endowments. What are other countries? I don't know. Therefore, we have to show results of such endowment. That's why I emphasized 2 or 3 days ago to this group, please, exportation. So I see in the future, or maybe now, some of you that are here thinking of exportation. With exportation comes quality. If you build, they will come. If you build, they will come. And I'm not saying, I'm not putting pressure on anybody, I just like to dream as a human being. If the dream is going to be 5 years or 10 years or whatever, I like to dream. And we are here to work with you, to take your trading to the level that we want. I just want to make sure that all of us also think, not just what we consume here, but what we can export.
For business owners who are yet to renew their certificates after expiration, the agency is magnanimous enough to extend the date till April without penalty.
We have issues of late renewals, and about a month ago, this is February, yes, we decided to extend, to do waiver for those who are doing that have been cited for late renewal, to renew free until April ending. There was an issue with CIN validation, the CAC team validation. When our customers, clients keep complaining that they have problems with validating their TIN, and why do we need that? Because there were people that were forging TIN. So it has to be validated so that we know that you are really who you are as a company. So we said, I told our, our NAPAMS people that let's drop the TIN for now and let them register or renew or free with waivers until April ending. So if you have not done that, please do that.
The DG did not miss the opportunity to enlighten the stakeholders present on the dangers posed by hazardous cosmetics, also known as bleaching creams.
I was in Ado-Ekiti maybe three and a half years ago, and somebody came to me that they mix pawpaw with pear, with this, and they can do all sorts of wonderful things on the skin. The fact that something is going on the skin doesn't mean it cannot kill. Our skin is very thin, is protected with melanin, so that the UV rays cannot penetrate and cause cancer, later. That is what the mixture of whatever we don't know are there can cause. So that mixture will start stripping off what God has put there to protect us from UV rays. That is what Oyibos go to tropical countries for holidays for, to tan themselves so that they look browner. But we are using things we don't know how they work to strip off that protection. So as an NMSMEs, especially those who have spas, we're going to be visiting a lot of spas, teaching them, because many people don't know.
NMSMEs owners and other stakeholders who are the beneficiaries of the sensitization program share the good messages.
At this point in time, there's so many cosmetic companies out there, institutions, spas, and there's a huge lack of knowledge. There's a sense of entrepreneurship. They want to make money, they want to, get it fast, but there's no sense of direction. There's excitement, and so what I would bring to focus, or what I would like to appeal to NAFDAC, is that make it easy, make the institute approachable, the process easier, and ensure discipline even within the system.
I believe with the new initiative of NAFDAC today and the continuous progress that has been made, I know that we're going places in Nigeria.
This program has also opened us to a better relationship to foster, better programs and synergy, under which will be submitting to the DG to guide. So we can have these programs where we all can come and do what? Harvest and fertilize ideas, bring some of this. And I also say that sometimes the associations here, like NMSMEs and so on and so forth, also challenge them. You also need to sponsor bills. There are several bills that you also need to, you can also sponsor bills in the National Assembly, on things that can also open and make the ease of doing business in the health sector a lot more endearing. Okay, so as we have associations, the associations are not just to put pressure on NAFDAC, but you also be able to take some of their concern. If there are something that you want to be legislated, and some policy pronouncement to be made, and some policies to be signed up by the FG, you can also funnel that to the National Assembly. And as a bank, we can also guide that.
Each time we have applicants from the incubation center, we don't spend more than 90 days to get our numbers. And entrepreneurs were really happy that they could do what they say they want to do and we could get our number. Let's clap for them for that.
3 resource persons from the regulatory agency took the stakeholders through pertinent information like NMSMEs facility inspection requirements, registration procedures for NMSMEs, and integrating digital platforms for regulatory processes known as NAPAMs.
And Section 5, subsection D of the principal arrangement states that the agency is to undertake inspection of production site of regulated product establishment. It is therefore necessary to emphasize that no regulated product shall be manufactured, imported, exported, advertised, sold or distributed in Nigeria unless the factory has been inspected and issued marketing authorization by the agency.
In conclusion, we all know that information is key. Your product, it is good that you obtain marketing authorization for them and you educate yourself through reading.
Those days in 2020, we have less than 2% in the list who can handle ABAPs. But I bet you 99.9% of us can handle anything on ABAPs. Please, an applause for them, please. It's a credit. Thank you very much. NAPAMs, as the word stands for, NAFDAC Automated Products Monitoring and Administration System. That's an acronym. For registering products, we monitor it online. Everything that has to do with NAPAMs is online. So that's to tell you in a short word, whatever we do on product registration is online.
After the presentation, the stakeholders had the opportunity to engage with the DG during question and answer segment, which also had some testimonials on the agency impacting business positively.
The first time I encountered NAFDAC was they actually came into my office. I didn't have NAFDAC number. And when they said it was NAFDAC, I was like, I'm not. But they just said, can you just come to our office tomorrow? And when I walked in, they were really very nice. They said, we have a beautiful place, why can't you just come and register? I said, I don't have the money. When they gave me the fees, I was like, are you sure? So there is this information that we have a young generation that they have this entrepreneurial skills. They're in the universities, they're youth corpers. Please, is there a way you can? Yes. So when we have a stakeholder meeting like this, we have 20 to 40 years young entrepreneurs coming for meetings like this.
I don't have any question, it's just like as if I won lottery. After when the other man was presenting the details of something that. So in Nigeria here, we can, even with my phone, I can apply and submit all the necessary documents like SOP, certificate, online. Yes. Madam, I'm here to commend you.
We'll take a short break now. Stay with us. Welcome back. In a bid to improve the laboratory capacity of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, for designation as an organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, OPCW, laboratory for testing of chemicals for lethal purposes, NAFDAC received officials of the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, OPCW, and Finnish Institute for Verification of Chemical Weapons Convention, VERIFIN, who came on a 2-day visit, which is part of a United Kingdom assisted project to the agency's Central Laboratory, Oshodi, Lagos. This visit is a follow-up to the team's earlier visit in 2018.
In line with her mandate and to effectively cover regulations and control, of industrial and laboratory chemicals, NAFDAC undertakes the monitoring and control of chemicals through directorates of chemical research and evaluation headed by Dr. Mokwariola, narcotics and controlled substances headed by another director not here, and laboratory services for food and chemicals headed by Dr. Wachuku. On 23rd February 2018, the Chairman National Authority for the Prohibition of Chemical and Biological Weapons, along with his delegate, visited the NAFDAC Central Laboratory in Oshodi, that is where we are now, to assess the facility on ground for participation in OPCW proficiency testing with the view that it could be designated as an OPCW laboratory for testing of materials associated with chemicals and biological weapons. The Nigerian federal government responded positively through NACBWC and provided an intervention fund in February 2020 for about 735 million naira to provide various equipment pieces for the laboratory. In addition, through our own internally generated revenue, we have added more to those equipment pieces. The lab is going to be expanded. Right now we have the blueprint, the architectural blueprint, to change everything around this land space, to expand laboratory space to accommodate the OPCW lab. The construction will start very soon.
The Director General acknowledges OPCW and VERIFIN assistance in improving NAFDAC laboratory capacity.
In October 2018, we participated in the CCA CT09, and we have improved to the score of very good in our last participation in CCA CT15 in October 2022. That is with the assistance from VERIFIN and OPCW. The assistance and contribution of United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland in assessing and improving the technical competence of laboratories in OPCW member states in Africa and rural regions, which we benefited from, has helped since 2021 to improve our performance and technical capacity.
She assures the OPCW and VERIFIN officials that in no distant time, NAFDAC laboratories will attain an OPCW status.
I wish to use this opportunity to assure everyone of the resolve of NAFDAC to strive to obtain the OPCW designated status in no distant time. We are an agency that is ISO qualified. We have 5 laboratories that have ISO certification 17025.
On his part, the official of the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, OPCW, states the essence of their visit.
I'm really glad that after the COVID pandemic and just online trainings and meetings, finally we could come here and see you face to face and discuss your progress. So the aim of this visit is indeed to assess how much progress you made since the beginning of the project in 2019, and what has changed in your laboratory with regard to the quality management system and equipment you have. What are your main issues and obstacles in participation in OPCW tests? and to discuss the future steps and future support which will be provided from the OPCW. So the most probably there will be another phase of the UK project starting this year. So this visit would be very helpful in identifying the plan for the next year, that support provided to your laboratory will indeed address your main issues and obstacles.
After the indoor meeting, the visitors were taken round the Research Special Chemical Laboratory, where chemicals that are relevant to chemical weapon prevention are analyzed.
Another instrument that we dedicated for that is what and she has ordered it. It has been approved.
But it has to be finally approved by the cabinet.
By the cabinet.
Federal cabinet.
Federal cabinet. For it to come here. So then we are going to go. Yes. So that is the lab in a nutshell.
You will have all the equipment needed for participation.
Yes.
Yes. And dedicated. So
Yes.
that's great. Yes.
That's all we have time for on the program this week. Make it a date for another insightful edition next week, same time, same station. In the meantime, if you have comments, complaints, or you want to report activities of fake drugs or adulterated food products peddlers, our doors are always open. You can reach NAFDAC via toll-free numbers. For inquiries, call 0700 162 3322. For complaints, call 0800 162 3322. You may also email NAFDAC at nafdac.gov.ng. If you have complaints about any form of misconduct, you can reach the Reforms Unit via email, reforms@nafdac.gov.ng, or call the Reforms hotlines on 0909 763 0506 or 0909 763 0507. NAFDAC, customer focused, agency minded. Importing, producing, distributing, and selling fake drugs and cosmetics, adulterated food, and so on are criminal activities that destroy lives. Join the fight against these heinous crimes by reporting any suspicious activity in your area to NAFDAC. Let's join hands to safeguard the health of our nation. See you next week. Stay safe.